Right, we're back with another video. This video is going to be about the benefits of eating eggs, and you know, there's a lot of benefits to eating eggs. So firstly, we are going to speak upon the benefits of eating eggs, as they are a very nutritious food. They are highly bioavailable, which basically means they absorb really well into they absorb, they're very bioavailable, so they absorb very well compared to a lot of other foods, even meat, and especially plant-based proteins that aren't altered. So like, you know, what's it called? Beans, right? Beans, types of beans and peas and soya that they eat and stuff of that nature isn't very bioavailable for us to eat, especially when it's on its own and just a protein source and just a plant-based source that you are consuming, and that's not very absorbable for you. Maybe you're doing a bit of both, animal and plants, but fully plant-based, you're going to lack that bioavailability to absorb the foods, and then obviously you just pass it through and it comes out the other end, so you just lack that bioavailability. I can't speak today. So you've got a lot. So you've got folate, you've got vitamin A, B5, you've also got B12, phosphorus, B2, selenium, which is very important for the thyroid. You've got vitamin D, E, K, B6, calcium, zinc, which are all very important for various functions within the body, you know? And I'm not going to go into the detail of each one at this moment, but this is going to be a nice, quick video on how eggs are a great source from different animals as well, such as duck and chicken and geese as well. So yeah, so it's quite a high quality program. Protein, and I believe, is it 50% of it is absorbed? I believe so. It's quite a high quality source. So yeah, and also obviously overall eating adequate amounts of protein can also help aiding fat loss, as it helps with satiety. What they also don't tend to quote a lot though when it comes to satiety is the effect of the macronutrient, which is fat, and that never ever seems to be, or rarely ever seems to be, quoted in that sort of way. So obviously the protein really helps, and then obviously fat helps with satiation massively, but it's that combination of fat and protein that helps helps you feel satiated. So you're not feeling bloated. And there's some people I think influencers have said you must be bloated to be full. Your stomach must be swollen, or the stomach organ must be physically full to feel full, and like you have to fill them up and you have to eat all this volume. And that could not be further from the truth, really, because it's not a physical thing, or it can be, it's a little bit of the physical fullness, but mainly it's a hormonal side, and that sends a signal to your brain through different pathways saying, I'm full, I will stop eating. Now it's time for you to stop eating, and you don't feel the urge to eat, which is a hormonal thing. It's not, and then it's easier to not eat without having to have that willpower when you've got 30 other things to manage in the modern day. So it's not about the willpower. To a certain extent, some things are, and to a certain degree they are, but it's not just about that. It's the hormonal. And if you can feel full and instead of eating the same amount of calories from something else that could be very, 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 very high in sugar and carbohydrates, you know, very, very, you know, high meal and that, and you have the same amount of calories, and then you don't feel full. So you have to manually sort of tell yourself, stop eating, even though your body's screaming at you saying, I want the food now, I want the food, and you have to sort of fight it. But with eggs, because you're satiated, you're not going to have to fight yourself because it's already done. The body, the hormone or the normal mechanism is working. So that's why having more protein, animal-based protein, because it's more bioavailable, is better for you, and it's more nutritious. That's more nutrition, and then it's absorbed better as well. So, you know, there's just some people that will make up things, and that's not a good thing. So yeah. Also, so eggs contain lutein and zeaxanthin. I'm probably pronouncing those wrong. So they are carotenoids, which are very important for your eyes. You can again get these in like vegetables and things of that nature, but again, they lack the bioavailability compared to an egg. You know, so you will have a lot of people who are quite dogmatic, and they're like tunnel visioned, and they will say, no, but they'll be very tunnel visioned, but you know, you're killing all the baby chickens. Oh my God, you're killing all the baby chickens, all the innocent mothers are dying. Well, like anyone's got time for that, seriously. And again, yeah, so basically, yeah, some people like, only the plants are the best and you don't need the eggs. But if you are really struggling to digest the, you know, you feel like you're having symptoms of lower nutrients, of, you know, lower vitamins, and you're having deficiencies, and you feel like you have lower, it's affecting you and it's coming out as symptoms, then maybe it's best to have eggs in your diet, so you can include those different types of eggs as part of your diet. So yeah, so that can be good. So as part of your diet. So remember, these are more absorbable through the intestines, through the small intestine. It's more absorbed. And it's much more satiating than a high carbohydrate breakfast. And again, people I'm not saying that the carbs are evil, and I know people use these terms, don't they, and they don't really think things through, and they're evil. Fruit is evil. And again, it's nuanced, isn't it? Yeah. So it's very nuanced. It's just compared to a very high carbohydrate breakfast where you're eating 50, I don't know, maybe higher than that, 80, 100 grams in one sitting, and it's all refined. So there's barely any fat in the meal as well. And then all that's going to rush into your bloodstream, goes into it, and there's no fat to slow it down a little bit, so it trickles in. It just all gets rushed in, and then that means your body has to make a lot of insulin to come and get it, and put it to a normal level, and unfortunately that does tend to age. Well, it tends to age your cells quicker when people when you eat that way. One of the things that will age your cells quicker. There's many other things that will do. So it's always, and you feel like it goes high and then it comes down, and you start to develop an unstable blood sugar mechanism. So forget about the calories for this moment. You start to develop a bit more of an unstable, where if you maybe have eggs, I don't know, and butter and avocado or vegetables as well with it, maybe have a little bit of fruit, have some nuts with it. Have, for lunch, you could have salmon or any sort of meat or whatever. Have vegetables, have some sort of carbohydrate, have a bit of fat on it, olive oil, coconut oil, butter, real butter, traditional fats that are nutritious, etc., that will help make, even though there's carbohydrates in it, in those meals, your blood sugar, because of the fat and the fiber and the moderate amount of carbohydrate, your blood sugar is going to be more stabilized with time. And some people are very susceptible to the big swings because they have lost they have lost the ability to handle that amount of sugar over time. Maybe they started out with a more stabilized blood sugar, but through eating very high carbohydrate meals, refined carbohydrate, and the lack of fat and fiber, the blood sugar's like this all the time, and then the insulin comes in and it's messed it all up. So they really feel sleepy, and then it's up high and sleepy, and their energy levels are all messed up, and that's part of the problem. Perhaps they had a genetic susceptibility to it as well, but that can amplify, that sort of eating pattern can amplify that sort of problem. So it's all about keeping it stable with a bit of carbohydrate, fat, and protein, and keeping the blood sugar stable throughout the day. And that is a really good way and can improve your health in a lot of ways. And this is not supposed to be a blood sugar video, but I've gone on about blood sugar. But that's what I have learned, and it's really interesting, and it makes a lot of sense, especially when you research it. It's really good. So yeah, it depends on the quality as well. If you're in America, obviously you need to do your research and go to a farm or something and go and get some good quality eggs. Most of the mainstream ones, maybe they will do. If you can't afford that, then obviously you have to go to the mainstream ones. But again, the quality isn't great in America, especially with like the dyes they use and everything, and it's not optimal, and the way and what the chickens eat, and how that affects the omega-3 and omega-6 ratio in the chicken, and so it has that effect. So if you want to obviously optimize your health and all that, and you can afford to go and get some, maybe you can get them cheap from your local farm. Go to your local farm, get them cheap if you can. If you can't, just try and do the best you can. But try and get some eggs into your diet, and it can be a great food for you. Has also good quality ones like omega-3 in the UK. Don't have to worry much about that. But you can go to a local farm, and then they do really good quality eggs. Also, so lutein as well has been shown to reduce visceral fat around the organs. So it's in a study, there's a normal group and there's a placebo group. The one, it was over, I think, a few weeks or months. The one that ate the one that ate the lutein, I think that had the eggs in it, lost the most amount of visceral fat. And they lost more weight overall, and they had a better body composition. And I think they trained as well. And the calories were the same. So how does that work? So there's obviously some other thing at play. But no, it's impossible. You can't put on weight out of thin air. But it's not that you put it out of thin air. It's that your metabolism can slow down. So you start eating, I don't know, this is an extreme example, 1,500 calories a day. You start eating that, and then your body decides, the thyroid's like, I don't want to deal with this nonsense. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to go to 1,700 calories a day. So the body's going to burn 1,700 calories a day from, let's say, 2,200. So he thought, I'm going to lose weight. I'm in this much of a deficit. But in the end, his metabolism slowed down, and there's only 2,200 calories difference. Or he could be eating 1,900 calories a day, and then he was on 2,500. That's his metabolism. It slowed down because of the thyroid issue, and then he got to his metabolism went to 1,800, and not 1,800. He went up to He went to the same amount, so he's not losing any weight, even though he's reduced his calories, because his metabolism has slowed down via the hormonal mechanisms and how the thyroid works, T3 and all, the pituitary gland, and how it all signals it all and all that. I'm not going into depth on that because I haven't got the details in my head, but I know it's all connected, how it works, how it signals. Yeah, so lutein can also improve the I can't say the lining, you know, the line of the arteries, the endothelial, I can't say, cell lining in the arteries. It can improve the function of that, and then that can reduce blood pressure. So it can have an effect, and the arterial thickness, obviously. So it can really help with the inflammatory diseases within the arteries. So it can sort of aid that. I'm not saying it's going to prevent it and all that, but it can aid it overall. But then again, it counts on the quality of the eggs, which does make quite a difference. I think it would make sense, especially on the other side of the pond in America. It definitely makes a big difference. So yeah, that's my video on eggs. One more thing is that if you have any sort of histamine reaction to eggs, you have eggs and you get a bad stomach, or heart palpitations, or you get a bit shaky, you're on the toilet all night, you are running, you are you've got some sort of weird symptom like achiness or something. That is known as a histamine reaction. So don't eat them if you get histamine reaction. Maybe remove the white, because most people react to the white, and then just have the yolk. See first if you react to the yolk, and then if you don't react to the yolk, you can have the yolks. If you don't react to the eggs at all, you can have them, but just be sure you don't react to them. It doesn't mean it's a bad food. It just means that your body, it has sensitivity to something in the egg, the protein, I think it is the whites, and it has some sort of sensitivity. It's obviously very nutritious, blah blah blah, but your body has a sensitivity. So that's my main thing. So do not fall for these challenges where it's like, I just eat 30 eggs a day and I am perfect, blah blah blah. Do not fall for these challenges, or these advices that sound a bit bizarre, because mono food isn't good. You're going to just teach the body to get used to it, and then so if you do it and you don't have any allergy, you can actually develop an allergy by eating mono foods. So because it's got the same bacteria on it, the food, and you're eating it, that's all you're eating, and your body's not getting the diversification of bacteria in the intestines. So what happens eventually is your body will start to react to it, even if you didn't have a problem before. So that's the main point. So don't fall for that. We need a diversity of bacteria, so it's good to have a bit different types of protein: salmon, mackerel, chicken, which is not my favourite, beef, turkey, not turkey, I mean lamb, I didn't mean turkey. Turkey can be good though, but lamb, beef, pork, they're the more nutritious, especially if they are high quality, the animals being in what it should be and not in a cage or in a locked up room in the dark, the animals on the grass, in the fields, blah, 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 then it will be a higher quality. But if it's in the dark or in a room locked up, pooing where it sits and eats, then the meat's going to be a poorer quality. So that's my main point. Yeah, my main point, that is. So yeah, it's all about the quality. Also have a diversification of meats in your diet, and vegetables as well. Fat, you don't need to diversify as much, but definitely have animal fat, so you get your fat soluble vitamins. So these are A, D, E, and K, and they're K2, which is important. K1's good, but K2 is important, and you're not going to get that from your vegetables. The only vegetables you're going to get that from is the natto. Is it natto? Fermented soya beans. You don't get it from soya beans. It has to be fermented, and it looks like a bowl of vomit and beans together, and people eat it to get K2. You can get it the pill form derived from that, or you can get the animal form derived as well, which is, I think, MK4 K2 MK7, K2. Can't remember which is which, but one's animal, one's plant, one's the soy. But that's the only plant thing you can get it from. It's fermented soy. And I've tried to get all this in time. I hope this video makes sense. Comment below. Tell me what you think of this video. Like or describe. Like or subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you think. Do you like eggs, or do you think, are you a vegan? Do you think eggs are disgusting and it's animal cruelty? I can't talk. Animal cruelty. And do you think it should be, created to, I don't know, some murderous thing or whatever people think? Or are you a fan of eggs? Do you have eggs every day? Do you like to eat eggs? Or is it your favourite thing to eat? Let me know. Comment below, and I want to hear your opinion, and I'll get back to you. And if you want to book in with something, if you're interested in having a consultation, drop a comment below, and I will sort you out on your nutrition. Get you a personalised program, a nutrition plan that's suited around your lifestyle. If you're busy, you're running around like a nurse, I'm going to do you a plan that's suited for your time schedule, and it's bam on it like that. So I'll do you a program. But thanks for watching, and I'm gonna go. Wow, peace.